economy.
Mr Chair.
Honourable Chris Tremaine.
Mr Chairman, on the 14th of February to the 29th of March 2015, this country will be joint hosts for the International Cricket World Cup 2015. This is an exciting tourism and sport announcement for this nation, one which I think the House as a whole would join together in congratulating the people that have coordinated this and bringing it together. Chris Moeller is the chair of the board, but particularly can I acknowledge Therese Walsh, who led the bid committee and bringing the games to New Zealand. Just think about this for a minute, Mr Speaker. Okay, mate, you understand that she's done a wonderful job. Here is the man over there denouncing the work of a woman in this country who's done an outstanding job for New Zealand.
Point of order, Honourable Trevor Mills.
Mr Speaker, I'm reluctant to do this, but Therese Walsh is an honourable New Zealander who worked very hard to get the Rugby World Cup, but at the time the members talked about she was not in that
please
job.
Sit down. That is not a point of order, it's a debating point, and the member can take a call if he wishes to make a correction. We're not going to use points of order for debating. Honourable Chris Tremaine.
Mr Speaker, you're meant to call him up when I think you know he's telling lies.
No, that's not correct. And the member will now stand, withdraw and apologise for using the word that he just used. He made by inference... he criticised the member by inference. He will now withdraw and apologise.
I withdraw and apologise.
Thank you. Chris Tremaine.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The member is somewhat confused. He was at the launch event where Therese Walsh stood on the stage and announced the events. What were you thinking? That wasn't Therese Walsh? That she was in a mask of some kind? Get with the program. You were at the event. The fantastic point is there is a woman from this country standing up for our nation and has brought 21 games for the Cricket World Cup to here. This will be wonderful for tourism in this nation. 21 games around this country, throughout New Zealand, bringing regional growth to this country. So from Auckland to Nelson, to my own hometown of Napier, to Dunedin, to Christchurch, to Hagley, where there will be an opening game conditional upon getting that facility up and running in time, which is absolutely fantastic. Auckland will have the semi-final, and I believe that Wellington will hold a quarter. So that's a superb opportunity for tourism in this country. Goes to the heart of the government's announcement in this year's budget of $158 million, as the honourable member from Taupō mentioned. $158 million adding to the budget for tourism in this country. Let's put that into perspective, because the current budget is around $90 million per annum that we spend on promoting this country, our second largest industry. So $158 million over 4 years, sort of 30 to 40 million per annum, is a 40 to 50% increase in the budget to that industry. And the budget's been allocated in ways that will genuinely grow the tourism opportunities. One of them is clearly the Major Events Fund, which in the case of the International Cricket Cup, I don't think it will be part of that particular fund, but those are the kind of events that we can bring to this nation that bring huge growth. Just as a point of interest from a tourism perspective, Mr Chair, the point was made at the function that 70% of the revenue rights for the Cricket World Cup, or the revenue, comes from India. In fact, the next biggest earner for the revenue rights for the Cricket World Cup isn't from a nation you'd think it would be, like the United Kingdom or Pakistan or Australia. It's actually from the United States of America. Something that you wouldn't actually think about, but actually that is what these tourism opportunities bring to this nation, and leveraging our profile internationally, leveraging the beautiful 100% pure brand that we have, that the Greens are always trying to mock internationally to bring this country down, when in fact that 100% pure brand is fundamental to taking this country forward. So that $158 million, just if I can reflect on that in the last minute or so of my speech, Mr Speaker, there's a $44.5 million going into emerging markets. So What we're seeing is traditional markets continuing to stay strong for us, slightly growing again. We've seen the Japanese market come back. Obviously, China very strong and growing. But where we've focused this portion, the 44.5 million on, is emerging markets. So that's India, Indonesia and South America, Mr. Speaker. So these are markets which we think are going to grow quite significantly over the next few years. So a big focus on those, and certainly when you leverage it with an event like the International Cricket World Cup, led by Therese Walsh, in terms of helping to get that bid into New Zealand, it's a superb opportunity to leverage the brand and to grow tourism. Another part of the 158 million is the international business events. Again, we'll be able to really look at events such as conferences, to leverage off the new conference facilities that we're getting around this country. Mr. Speaker, tourism is in an exciting phase at the moment. I see we're on the start of a huge growth period. I'm really excited about the future of tourism, excited about the future of New Zealand, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
The question is that vote tourism stand part of the schedule. So those of that opinion will say aye, contrary no. The ayes have it. We move now to the question is that the vote finance stand part. Honourable David Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The